It all started in New York City, where glass towers scraped the clouds and yellow cabs honked like caffeinated geese. The air was crisp, like a freshly printed dollar bill, and the wind carried a sharp bite that hinted winter was lurking just around the corner. Sidewalks were bustling with the usual suspects. Hurried office workers glued to their phones, street vendors shouting over the hum of traffic, and tourists snapping photos of pigeons like they were exotic birds. Amid the crowd, people barely glanced at the man with the squeaky cart and the patchy beard. Some wrinkled their noses. Others muttered under their breath. To them, he was just another piece of street clutter, invisible, disposable, forgettable. But that man, that was Kyle Grayson. Kyle had everything. His name on skyscrapers, jets that could race the sunrise, and bank accounts so full they made accountants weep with joy. But there was one thing he didn't have: trust. Every date he went on ended with someone asking about his assets faster than they asked about his allergies. He wasn't just rich, he was exhausted. So one Monday morning, Kyle stepped out of his penthouse, traded his Gucci loafers for ratty boots, slapped on a beard that smelled like despair and fish sauce, and hit the streets with a mission. Find one person who saw him. Not the money, not the Grayson global empire, just him. Kyle. Trash picker by day, billionaire by secret. He chose the roughest part of the city, Brixton Alley, where dreams came to die and pigeons smoked cigarettes. He carried a squeaky shopping cart filled with empty soda cans, wads of newspaper, and one carefully hidden Rolex, just in case things got sketchy. That's where he saw her. Maria. She wasn't a princess. She was a storm in sneakers. A part-time waitress, part-time nursing student, and full-time cynic. Her words were sharper than her eyeliner, and her attitude could fry an egg from across the street. She volunteered at the local food bank every Tuesday and cursed out catcallers with poetry-level insults. Their first interaction was chaotic. Kyle reached into a bin just outside the diner where Maria worked. As he struggled with a particularly stubborn milkshake cup, she stepped out, caught sight of him, and snapped, "You know there's dignity in dumpster diving, but you're wrestling a cup like it owes you child support." Kyle blinked. "It's a vintage vanilla, worth at least 2 calories. Maria snorted. "You sound like a Shakespeare reject, and you sound like a woman who reads books with ripped covers," he replied. She smirked. "You got one thing right. I read." From then on, Kyle made a point to be outside the diner every day, sometimes just sitting, sometimes pretending to sort through bottles, but always waiting for her. Maria, against her better judgment, started bringing him leftovers. Half a sandwich, a bruised banana, once even a whole slice of lasagna that had seen better days but still slapped. Their banter became legendary. "Tell me, homeless Romeo," she said one afternoon, tossing him a granola bar, "what did you do before this? Collect hearts or just empty promises?" Kyle, adjusting his fake beard, answered, "I was in waste management. I still am, technically." "Oh really? Mafia type or emotional garbage?" "Bit of both." But beneath the teasing, something stirred. One rainy evening, Kyle showed up soaked to the bone, visibly shivering. Maria, against every street-smart bone in her body, pulled him into the alley behind the diner and gave him her spare hoodie. "Don't make this weird," she mumbled, arms crossed. "It's not like I like you or anything." Kyle smiled. "But I'm totally going to write a ballad about this." She rolled her eyes, but he caught the blush. That night, they talked for hours under a leaky awning. Maria spoke of her dreams, finishing nursing school, starting a clinic for low-income families, never depending on a man, especially not a rich one. "They always want control," she said. "Money makes people weird." Kyle nodded, the guilt rising like smoke. He wanted to tell her, wanted to scream, "I'm a billionaire, not a bum." But every time he looked at her, He saw someone who deserved the truth done right, not dropped in a puddle of bad timing. Then came the twist. A TV crew showed up in Brixton Alley. Turns out, Kyle's cousin, Jeremy the Gossip Goblin, had leaked a story. Billionaire goes homeless to find love. Maria saw the broadcast at the diner and nearly dropped a tray of hash browns. Her face twisted in betrayal. So I was an experiment? A social project for the rich bored boy. Kyle, who had just arrived, tragically still wearing a trash bag poncho, tried to explain. No, Maria, I swear, I didn't plan for you. I planned to get ignored, insulted, but you threw me a granola bar and sarcasm. You saw me. She looked at him like he'd kicked a puppy. I saw you because I thought you were real. Turns out, even the garbage isn't safe from liars. She walked away. For days, she ignored his calls, now from his real number, his messages, his flowers, and the billboard that read, "I'm sorry, Maria," outside her college. Then one evening, just before her shift, she found Kyle sitting quietly in the diner's booth. No cameras, no crew, no beard, just Kyle, in jeans and a t-shirt, holding a small, dog-eared copy of Wuthering Heights. You said you liked this, he said. I read it. It's very dramatic. A lot of dying. But the love part, it made sense to me. Maria slid into the booth, arms folded. You read Bronte to apologize? No, he said. I read Bronte because I miss you, because I want to know what you love, because I love you too. She stared at him. Finally, with a soft sigh, she asked, You still got that beard? He grinned.